This video is a very short primer for teachers on using the cooperative learning method called Jigsaw in an English language learning class. Today we'll be looking at the Jigsaw in the English language learning classroom. For more information, visit ESLjigsaws.com. There are 3 stages to a jigsaw activity. Stage 1 is where expert groups learn 1/4 of the story. In this stage, each member of the group has the same text. Stage 2 is where heterogeneous groups teach each other the section of text they've learned. Stage 3 is where students work cooperatively on follow-up activities. You'll notice in this visual representation of a 16-student class that groups are color-coded. This makes for a much more seamless transition as students move from their expert groups into their mixed groups, easily finding who they're meant to be working with. Whether you do it the same day or the day before, the first job for the teacher is to pre-teach the vocabulary from the story. An alternative would be to give the vocabulary for homework. For higher level classes, part of their stage 1 work could be to look up all the vocabulary words in their section of text and define them using simple English explanations they think their classmates will follow. But while this sounds wonderfully student-directed, understanding the vocabulary is key to the jigsaw activity working, so this may only be suitable for higher level classes. Stage 1 is where all the students in a group have the same section of text. They spend 5 or 10 or 15 minutes together, depending on the class and the text chosen, to learn that part. During Stage 1, while students learn their section of the text, you'll see a lot of peer teaching as students attempt to decipher meaning and assist each other with memorization. Peer teaching is great for lowering the affective filter, so it's worthwhile giving students the opportunity to do as much as they can on their own before stepping in. During Stage 1, the teacher circulates and checks that each student comprehends the text passage. Next, the teacher checks pronunciation and intonation to ensure others will comprehend what they're hearing. At the end of Stage 1, text passages are removed and the teacher checks to ensure students have memorized their passages and are ready to move on and tell their part to other students. Stage 2 is mixed groups with 1 expert from each section of the text. With a jigsaw based on 4 parts, each group would have a student from section A, B, C, and D. This is the listening and speaking stage. Student A begins and will clarify if any confusion arises. Ensure that students are familiar with gambits for comprehension checks before beginning a jigsaw so that they can deal with any confusion that might occur. What if you don't have multiples of 4 in your class and you're doing a 4-part jigsaw? Here are some options of what you can do. Image 1 shows the teacher taking a role. Image 2 shows 1 student telling his part to 2 groups. Image 3 shows 2 lower students, each learning half of 1 part that has been divided into 2 shorter parts. Image 4 shows 2 lower students learning the same full part and staying together for the entire exercise to help each other. Image 5 shows 1 student learning 2 parts. This works well if you have a higher student in your class who needs more of a challenge. Stage 3 is a 4-skills stage where students make use of listening, speaking, reading, and writing as they work cooperatively on written questions related to the jigsaw. For more ideas on making jigsaws of your own, or for ready-made jigsaws, once again, visit ESLjigsaws.com.